We are going to talk about how to solve equations when you have variables on both sides of the equation. So our strategy here, what is our strategy going to be? Basically, the strategy is get all the variables on one side of the equation and then solve like you know how to. So we're going to use inverse operations to get all variables on one side of the equation and then solve as usual. So we're going to use inverse operations to get all the variables on one side of the equation and then just solve as normal or solve as usual. One thing to remember, still always check in the original. All right, since we're going to be manipulating the equation right away, always remember to check it back in that original equation so we don't check in a mistake. All right, so let's go right to an example here. Let's say it was 9x plus 2 equals 4x minus 18. Okay, so strategy. We either want to get rid of the 4x on this side, right, get it over here, or get rid of the 9x on the left side. Either strategy is correct. I usually try to figure out, well, I kind of just want to deal with a positive, number of variables, so I'm going to get rid of this 4x. Now, this is a positive 4x. I know there's a minus on this side, but that's not really, dealing with the 4x. So there's a positive 4x on the right side. To get rid of it, I'm going to subtract 4x, right? 4x minus 4x, that's going to go away. To keep the equation balanced, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. All right, so here we've got 9x minus 4x is 5x. This is gone, right? 4x minus 4x is 0. Don't lose that negative, right? I know it's a minus, but think about, keep change. That's really a negative 18 there. Okay, and now we're down to a two-step equation, just like we were doing the other day. Subtract 2. 5x equals, now think about it, negative 18 minus 2 is negative 20. Divide by 5, and we think the answer is negative 4. Check, please. Copy the original problem. Now, we think x is negative 4. Everywhere you see an x, you're going to sub in, does this work, a negative 4, and see what happens. 9 times negative 4 is negative 36. 4 times negative 4 is negative 16. Is this going to work? Negative 36 plus 2 is negative 34. It looks like it's going to work. I'm just going to do the keep change. That's negative 16. And yeah, that does work. If you skipped this line, I would be fine. All right, but I do want to see the process. Don't just go from the sub in line to the part where you check, because that looks like a fake out. You have to actually do the math here, make sure it works out. All right? Okay, let's try another one like that. Let's see here, number 2. 4x plus 4 equals 2x plus 36. All right, we can pause this one and you guys can try it. And we're back. I'm going to subtract 2x. If you subtracted 4x, that would be okay. It would still work. Let's see, 4x minus 2x is 2x. I have a positive 36 here. Subtract the 4. 36 minus 4 is 32. Divide by 2. We think the answer is 16. Okay. Check, please. 4x plus 4 equals 2x plus 36. All right, so we're going to sub in a 16 and see what happens. 4 times 16 is 64. 2 times 16 is 32. That's 68. And this is, yep, 68. Check. Okay. And you don't have to write this, but I just want to show you, if you had done it, if you had tried to solve it by subtracting the 4x instead, I just want to show you that it works. You get a 4, you would get a negative 2x, right? Now this is annoying the variables on the right, but you can do it. You would subtract 36, you would get a negative 32 equal to negative 2x. Then you would divide by a negative 2, and you would still end up with a positive 16. So there are options. There might be times where we solve them different ways, but as long as you're using, the correct idea, you should come up with the right answer. All right? Good job.